I just got home, well, not home, I'm in the garage, and my carbon fiber hood has arrived, so I'm gonna go pick that up right now. Hey there, so it finally arrived. It's right here. It's quite a big box. If you can see, it's very light though. The packing slip says 30 pounds, and the hood itself is probably gonna be like 20 or so. So I'm gonna unbox this right now, and let's get into it. It's packed really well, that's for sure. Should put a timer on how long it's been taking to unpack this. It's definitely it's part of the experience. What's that?
Ooh.
Carbon fiber! That's what it looks like. The weave is beautiful. It's just awesome. It's quite big, and now I'm just gonna go get the hood back. It's in here.
Josh is going dumpster diving.
All right, I'm gonna go on a little expedition. So overall, they packed it great. This is from RW Carbon. And this is the vent. It's a lot larger than I thought it would be. It's very nice. So it just pops in. This one? Yes, like that. All right, so we're gonna get everything ready and we're gonna go downstairs to install it. This is the last time you're gonna see this hood on my car. This is the new one right here. You can show them if you want to. There's two different weaves, if you come close. This one's sort of like a heavier duty, larger weave, sort of similar to Daryl's roof. And then this is, you'll see on the other side, it's this thinner weave. 2x2 weave, kind of like my front lid. First thing we have to do is remove this line. It's basically just for the sprayers, which you won't be able to see because you're on the underside. And once we remove that, we'll take the hood off and we'll install the other one. This one twists off at a 90-degree angle, so you have to do this last, but these are easy to just pull out by hand. The next thing we're going to do is take these little nuts off. You can check out the bolts if you want. Very good quality. Mounted really well. Sturdy. Looks great. The first thing we have to do is unbolt the bolt down here and then this one. And then we just take the bolt right out. So this is what the mounting brackets look like. Well, the new hood looks great. I think we should call it a day. So 19 turns, and I'm gonna go put this in right away so I don't forget. This is the left side. This little, I'm not sure what it's called, holding piece can move freely, which is not good. So we'll just put some tape or 3M on it. We'll figure it out later. The next thing we have to do is remove these. I'm not sure what they are, but we need to remove these.
Those are bumpers.
Yeah, bumpers. And then to do that, we've got to just lift this. There's two of these. I already got the other one out. So we just lift it up a little bit with a small screwdriver. And then get a bigger screwdriver in there. And then get your finger in there. And then those are out. And then to get this out, we pry it off. there we go. There's a lot of grease there, so you might want to wear gloves for it, but let's put it in another one. So it turns out that there's actually a slight little problem with the hood. If you come here, these holes are actually too close together. So when I put this in, it doesn't seat properly. So we're just gonna drill this side out a little bit. But before we drill anything, we're gonna fill this in and we're gonna fill that in. You can just put a screwdriver there and get your finger under and then peel it off. And then on the carbon hood, they just pop back in. Or they should just pop back in. This is not going in well, but there's grease right here. So I'm just gonna get that and put it all over. It's just this right here. So Daryl stopped recording, but what I did is I had this in on one side and then there's a little part bulging out, so I just pushed the screwdriver in towards it and then I pushed down with my hand. We decided not to drill this just yet. We're gonna try filing it first. Before we get that fully fitted, we're just gonna see if the hood actually fits. So we're just gonna take these off and put them on the new hood, and then we're gonna test fit it. Okay, so we got the hood on. This is not the final fitment. We actually took both shocks off. If you come here, I'll show you how to do that. So there's gonna be on this one, there's gonna be a little plastic thing, it just snaps right off really easily. And then to get the actual shock off, you gotta fit a screwdriver behind there, and then it just comes off. And then you can just put it down there. We'll put them on later, but the reason for this is that this is a fragile hood, so we don't wanna crack it. We'll see if we can put both on or just one. Most companies recommend just to leave one on, but we'll see later. Okay, it's time to close it.
Who's closing it?
I'll do it. You ready?
Yep.
That's how it looks though. Looks really good.
Little gap.
What we've been doing is tightening these to bring them into the hood and tightening these to bring them into the hood. Everyone says that you need to have it exactly the same, but in my experience, you need to tighten these down a lot. And this side is tightened down more than that side. So we're just gonna finish up here, get it fully fitted, and then I'll show you the final product. The hood's on, everything's fully tightened. I'm just gonna put the juice rails on, the windshield washer juice on. It's a juice straw. Anyways, before I get into that, the strut on the GTS cars, the MCS cars, they have different struts. So the part number on this is F82 GTS. So this is from the M4 GTS, which also has a carbon hood. So the struts on Daryl's M2CS have a lot less force than mine. So for the time being, I'm gonna completely take mine off. We're just gonna put the juice rail on right now. I will be getting the GTS ones, and I guess I'll do a separate video for that. But right now, we're just gonna put this on. We've just taped this in. The hood needs to be modified a little bit. Everything else snapped in quite easily for the juice line. But right there, that's gonna be modified later. I'm just gonna pack up tonight and finish another day. Probably when we do the GTS struts, we'll fix that, so no worries. Overall, the hood was pretty easy to put on. It took about 2 hours to do. The biggest problem was adjusting these to get, because there was a gap here and also on the sides. And since we're all done, for now at least, I'll be making a part 2 of this video. I'm gonna show you how to close these hoods. So just let it down like this, and then just gently, like that, the first click. For mine, you need to do, well, left side, or if you're driving right side. You gotta do this side first. Just click it in like that, and then here. I find it best if you put one hand here and one hand there. Just like that. So the hood's finally on, and it looks amazing from the driver's seat. Daryl, you wanna show them from the passenger seat? Looks amazing. I think I can hear the intake more too. I'll have to figure that out later, but first drive. I'll give you more updates later. Today's the next day. In the background, you might be able to hear Daryl's car. And I'm just gonna be taking my car to the wrap place to get the hood wrapped. Here is the vent. And yeah, I'm excited. Look at that. Look at that. You can see the intake here.
It looks fantastic.
It does. This is the last time you're gonna see it like this. Soon it's gonna be wrapped all around the edges. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. I really hope you enjoyed this install. I'm actually gonna be doing a part 2 of this where I wrap the hood, install the GTS struts, and also just do an overall review and do a drive along so you can hear the amazing intake noises, but that will be in part 2. I'll put a little preview up in a second. It's gonna be an amazing video, trust me, you're gonna love it. Anyways, if you don't wanna miss part 2, please turn on post notifications and subscribe, and part 2 will be uploaded next Thursday, August 5th at 9 a.m. Thanks again for watching and have a fantastic week. That's what it looks like. It looks so good, so much better than I thought it would. In person, this looks so good, because I've seen it in pictures before. This just looks fantastic.